not concern himself with you if it was not for your prayers. That is, what importance would you have if you did not offer prayer and supplication? The wisdom in man's creation and reason for his value is sincere prayer and supplication. Since one cause of this is illness, from this point of view it should not be complained about, but Allah should be thanked for it, and the tap of supplication which illness opens should not be closed by regaining health. 13th remedy. O unhappy person who complains at illness. For some people, illness is an important treasury, a most valuable divine gift. Every sick person can think of his illness as being of this sort. The appointed hour is not known. In order to deliver man from absolute despair and absolute heedlessness, and to hold him between hope and fear, and so preserve both this world and the hereafter, in his wisdom, Almighty Allah has concealed the appointed hour. The appointed hour may come at any time. If it captures man in heedlessness, it may cause grievous harm to eternal life. But illness dispels the heedlessness. It makes a person think of the hereafter. It recalls death, and thus may prepare himself. Some illnesses are so profitable that they gain for a person in 20 days a rank they could not otherwise have gained in 20 years. For instance, from among my friends there were 2 youths. May Allah have mercy on them. One was Sabri from the village of Ilema. The other, Vezizade Mustafa from Islamiku. I used to note with amazement that although these 2 could not write, they were among the foremost in regard to sincerity and service of belief. I did not know the reason for this. After their deaths, I understood that both had suffered from a serious illness. Through the guidance of the illnesses, unlike other neglectful youths who gave up obligatory worship, they had great fear of Allah, performed most valuable service, and attained a state beneficial to the hereafter. Allah willing, the distress of 2 years' illness was the means to happiness of millions of years of eternal life. I now understand that the prayers I sometimes offered for their health were maledictions in respect to this world. Allah willing, my prayers were accepted for their well-being in the hereafter. Thus, according to my belief, these 2 gained profit equivalent to that which may be gained through 10 years' fear of Allah, taqwa. Footnote number 10. The hadith's meaning is this: if a person has standing in Allah's sight, he cannot reach that station through good works and taqwa. Allah afflicts him with such tribulations as illness until he does attain it. If, like some young people, they have relied on their youth and good health and thrown themselves into heedlessness and vice, and watching them, death had grabbed them right in the midst of the filth of their sins, they would have made their graves into lairs of scorpions and snakes, instead of that of treasury of lights. Since illnesses contain such benefits, they should not be complained about, but borne with patience and relying on Allah. Indeed, thanking Allah and having confidence in His mercy. 14th remedy. O sick person, whose eyes have developed cataracts. If you knew what a light and spiritual eye is to be found beneath the cataract that may cover a believer's eye, you would exclaim, 100,000 thanks to my compassionate sustainer. I shall recount an incident to you to explain this salve. It is as follows. One time, the aunt of Suleiman from Bala, who served me for 8 years with total loyalty and willingness, became blind. Thinking well of me 100 times more than was my due, the righteous woman caught me by the door of the mosque and asked me to pray for her sight to be restored. So I made the Blessed Woman's righteousness the intercessor for my supplication, and beseeching Almighty Allah, I prayed, O Lord, restore her sight out of respect for her righteousness. 2 days later, an occultist from Burda came and removed the cataract. 40 days later, she again lost her sight. I was most upset and prayed fervently for her. Allah willing, the prayer was accepted for her life in the hereafter,